onto the trends that we see for 2015 and beyond. Let's take a brief look at these. I know Teddy had spoken a little bit about ransomware in his remarks. This one, again, throughout this presentation, you'll hear me use the word dangerous. Please forgive me, because it's a very dangerous environment we're operating in today. Ransomware has increased in the order of 165% this year alone. So from January to June this year, we have a 165% increase in ransomware. As a matter of fact, just last night, someone called me to tell me that their machine was infected with ransomware. Now, what is ransomware? Ransomware is basically, as the term suggests, ransom. These guys will send you a malicious email. You can click on a malicious link on the website, and what that does is it encrypts your machine. It encrypts your files, renders them inaccessible. The key part of this is on the slide to your right, the time and the money. Usually they ask you for some compensation to retrieve your files, and usually you have a time limit in which to pay them to get back your files. Now, needless to say, in my experience, anybody who has paid these guys have never ever received their files. They never ever get back their files. So it makes no sense you even consider, no matter how important the file is to you, it makes no sense to even consider wiring them the money. One of the things that Teddy alluded to about the terrorist organization, this is actually how Al-Qaeda, ISIS, these are how these guys fund their organization. These are some of the ways the underground criminal network fund their organizations. Because people will, if argument's sake, a CEO loses a strategic document, it's very valuable to him. So he will go to great lengths to get back that document, and some people actually attempt to pay them to get back the documents. Phishing attacks, these will definitely continue into 2015, for the rest of 2015 into 2016 and beyond. But what we're seeing is a shift from what is called whale phishing, where they send out a massive email and just hope that people respond to those, to actually spear phishing. It's a lot more targeted. So what we do, or what these guys do, is they investigate your company. They do research on you, so they know who the CEO is. They know that Teddy is the CEO of tTech. Right? Any public information that's available on Teddy, they know that information. So what they do is they use that publicly available information and craft specific emails that's directly at Teddy. It's not a general email, so it will be something, the subject will be something like pending business deals that require sign-off. Your bank accounts need to be updated. Here's your account statement. Please contact us for updates on transactions that you've committed. Now, as you go through your day-to-day lives and you're busy and you're doing all of these things will ring a bell to you. So you might be tempted to click on these emails, and that's what these guys are banking on. Always, when I say to people, when it comes to phishing emails, even if you get an email from me, but you don't expect it, trust but verify. If I send you an email and you don't expect it, call me and say, John, did you send an email regarding such and such before you click to open it? The group of people that we find that is particularly targeted for these attacks as well are C-level admin assistants. So your executive admin assistants, your senior manager admin assistants. Usually they have access to their managers' emails. They have the ability to log into their managers' accounts and so on. And they may or may not treat the information that they're privy to with the same amount of due security respect. So they prey on these people. So they will send them an email saying, signature for your boss, and it's opened and all hell breaks loose from there. Another trend that we see for 2015 and onwards, data breaches. I know the world is kind of suffering from breach fatigue at the moment. They are being reported almost daily in multiples as the days go by. The thing here, breaches will always continue. The primary goal for malicious individuals now is to get access to your data so that they can actually sell that data. I'll give you a quick example, and people might find it funny. I read an article, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, where these guys who breach your network, steal your credit card data, your social security number, in our case, TRN information, but your personal information, they actually sell the information back to you. So they will sell your credit card number. And if they sell your credit card number and you go on Amazon, for argument's sake, and use that credit card number and it doesn't work, they actually have a money-back guarantee. So you return the credit card number to them and they give you a refund, or they'll give you a discount on a future service. So they're operating, these guys are operating, just as you are operating a business, they are operating a business. And in many cases, they're offering excellent customer service. So you have to one have to be careful here. But data breaches will continue, and we'll discuss some of the ways in which you can secure your organization and minimize the risk of this happening to you. As we look here, there are many people will focus on the top line. Everybody's talking about hackers. The majority, the hot word on everybody's list is hacking, data compromise, and so on. But if you look at the second and third line on this chart, which speaks to accidental data made public, theft or loss of the computer, these sum up to 56% of all data breaches that were reported. Now, it's almost doubling of what the primary focus is on. Many people focus on hacking, but if you look at those two areas, it's almost twice as much, where data is exposed to somebody inadvertently sending an email to somebody they were supposed to send it to, or a computer or phone or tablet or get stolen. The insider theft at 6% though, in Jamaica, we find that one is particularly prevalent as we go around and speak to people across the country. Yes, there's a concern about the top three, but most people that we speak to in Jamaica are actually concerned about insider threat. Advanced persistent threats, spoke about these a little bit before. They are targeted threats. They are very slow. They go undetected for very, very long periods. And again, the primary goal here is just to steal your data. Cloud security concerns, well, we see those security concerns as increasing far into the future as more businesses transition to the cloud. With increased adoption to the cloud and the transition away from your on-premise infrastructure to a cloud infrastructure, the eyes of malicious individuals or the eyes of the people who want to cause you harm will shift from your on-premise infrastructure into the cloud. So the same concerns that you may have with protecting your data in-house is the same concerns you will have protecting your data in the cloud. Mobile security will suffer the same fate. As more and more people use it, as more and more applications get trended toward the mobile environment, the eyes of malicious individuals will get shifted in that era. Now, zero-day vulnerabilities, these are a little bit interesting for me, part and parcel, because from where I sit as a security professional, there isn't really such thing as a zero-day vulnerability, and I'll tell you why. What is characterized as a zero-day vulnerability today, 90% of them, 90 to 95% of them, according to research, are actually vulnerabilities that have existed for at least 1 year. And the patches for those vulnerabilities have also existed for at least 1 year. So it isn't something new and cutting that's there. It's something that's been there in the background, but for many reasons, it has not been addressed. So as a result of that, it has they have been taken advantage of. So, the ATM network, for argument's sake, the great bulk of the ATM network still run on Windows XP. And I know that might open the eyes of some people here, as we know Windows XP has been out of service for quite some time, but the great majority of the ATM network still run on Windows XP. Not being patched by Microsoft, not being supported by Microsoft, not being updated. So, the banks and the financial institutions are actually racing to try to get the ATM platform upgraded away from Windows XP. This one, I'm particularly excited about this one, the technology itself. The Internet of Things, I believe, will revolutionize the way we exist as human beings today, not just from a business perspective, but also from a personal perspective. With the amount of devices expected to top 28 billion by 2020, which is just 4 years away, we expect 28 billion devices to be on the internet and have IP addresses. And those are everything from your refrigerator to the locks on your doors, to your cameras, to your cars, and so on. Now, with that many devices connected to the internet, then obviously privacy becomes an issue. You have to be aware that anything that the data that's on your fridge, in your car, and so on, that data is protected. Personal and business safety becomes of paramount importance in the Internet of Things era. And a quick example, two examples actually. Your car is an Internet of Thing. It's connected to the dealer system is connected to your mobile phone. You can, check when it needs service and so on and so on. Now, imagine you're driving down the road and your car is hacked into, and your electronic braking no longer works, and you're approaching a stoplight. Things to consider. Just last year, I attended a workshop, a seminar rather, and I was able to witness I know there's an ad on TV now for some locks where, the guy sits on his phone and the delivery guy comes and he says, all right, you can leave the box on the door, and he sees a video of him. I actually saw that lock working. And I got excited about it, and I thought to myself, I could install some of these locks on my home. But then I thought to myself, all right, so I can unlock my door from my phone. I can see who is at my door from my phone. Now, if somebody hacks into my phone, they can hack it, they can get into my house. And the permutations are many and varied. You can have a denial of service attack on your refrigerator if your refrigerator is internet connected. Imagine have your refrigerator plugged in, connected to the internet, and the temperature is always freezing. Now you've spent all your money stacking out your refrigerator, and everything in there has frozen. And no matter what you do, you cannot unfreeze it. You unplug it, you reset it, and it's still. So these are things to consider. This particular era has me a bit excited going forward, because I think it will revolutionize things quite a bit.